We now come to the Idrica-Xylem partnership, formed 1 year ago. In particular, I wanted to find out how it's gone. Do they still like each other? So let's start with a bit of background. Regular viewers will no doubt recall that a couple of years ago, we did a special broadcast on the work that Idrica had been doing in Valencia with their digital platform known as Agua. Idrica were taking data from multiple sensors in the network around Valencia and creating a digital twin at a very large scale. However, Agua was so much more than just a simple digital twin. It provided much more than just interesting insights. It was giving operators real-time, highly focused knowledge on how to efficiently operate their network. And as a result, non-revenue water reduced significantly from 20% to below 10%. Now, off the back of that experience, in 2023, Xylem and Idrica came together in a partnership, a joint venture. So 12 months on, I wanted to see how things had gone. I recently spoke with Rocio Echevarria, the Vice President of the Water and Energy Product Group at Xylem, and Jaime Barba Sevillano, Chief Executive for Idrica. And here is what they told me. So, Rocio from Xylem, Jaime from Idrica, wonderful that you can take the time to connect with me today. We're here to hear about 1 year on into the partnership between your two wonderful organizations. But actually, we need to know, what is that partnership? What does it mean in real terms? What's actually happening on the ground? So let's start there. And Jaime, tell me, what is the partnership?
Yeah, from my perspective, the partnership is the way to arrive to the market with an end-to-end solution for the water solution needs that we today know that in digital area are mandatory. We are able to provide from the devices to the suggestions for the operations, all the path for the digital transformation in a water utility together.
So in my head, it's about taking data from all the sensors that are out there and creating this wonderful, better granularity than anyone's ever done before, a sort of digital twin picture that enables operators to do more than they've ever done before. Have I got that right?
Yeah, but it's more than a digital twin. It's not just digital twin. I think that our perspective is when you arrive to a utility, you find that a data model trouble, you find usually, you know, that the silos of information are not well managed, you find lack of functionalities, you find not a correct use of algorithms. We have everything now. We have instrumentation, we have...
It's an even cleverer digital twin. All right, yeah. I've got it. So let's come to Xylem. Now, Rocio, I had the advantage of meeting your chief executive, Matthew Pine, in Singapore last month. And I said to him, look, Xylem acquires businesses. Why didn't you just buy Idrica? And he gave a beautiful answer. He said, no, we needed to team up with Idrica. It needed to be a joint venture because we needed their expertise. It wasn't just buying it in. We needed it to be a collaboration and a team. Now, is he right? And is there anything else that you liked about, what was it that Xylem liked about Idrica?
Chris, I think he's spot on, right?
You have to say that, he's your chief executive.
I have to say that, yes, I have to start that way, right? But no, he's spot on. We love Idrica, right? We love the solutions that how practical these solutions are, how helpful they are for utilities. Now, why are they like that? It's because they were born from a utility, right? They were born from their own use, from Global Omnium, right? That's where Idrica is born. So for us, that partnership is very important, right? It's not only the solutions, it's the expertise. I remember when we first started talking to Jaime about it, and we went and visited Valencia, and we saw how in the early 2000s, imagine that, early 2000s, that's close to... when they started was 2005, so close to 2 decades. They have been solving these things for close to 2 decades. And they started, when they tell us the story about advanced metering infrastructure and why they did that investment, not to automate meter readings, which is a huge benefit, but they didn't do it for that. They did it to find leaks, right? And by implementing that, they were able to get their non-revenue water from 22% water losses to 8%. That is fantastic, right? In their words, they were saving or preventing the loss of 2 billion gallons of water per year. That's amazing. In the absence of investing in these digital technologies, you need what, a desalination plant to balance that out. So that's what really attracts us, is the practicality, how good the solutions are, and that culture. The culture.
But I love about that is the wonderful thing about reducing leakage is what you're doing for the carbon footprint, because we don't need to have the desal plant. It's just phenomenal. All right. I get therefore why Xylem liked Idrica. Let's flip over to why did Idrica like Xylem? Was it just the money? I mean, did they just turn up and wave a big wad of cash at you? Is that what made you like them, or is there anything more to this?
Obviously, it was not the money. First, culture. I think that the last thing that I said, Rocio, is the first that I would like to say is the culture. I think that we are absolutely complementary. Xylem is focused on sustainability, is focused on any community of the world looking for to improve the management of water, and in big amount of areas of water, in all the cycle of water. We're not talking about one specific area. We're talking about any instrumentation area of cycle of water. You can find Xylem. The other day, I learned that, for example, they have a really oceans portfolio that is amazing, absolutely amazing. So that's surprising to me because it's any place that you see of any kind of area of knowledge of water, they are there trying to.
They're there, aren't they? They're
just the
constantly there.
Yeah.
Okay.
All
right.
Yeah. Sorry.
Well, now, if I asked a couple getting married whether they liked each other on the day they got married, of course they'd say they did. If you then meet them a year later, they'll have a different perspective. And we're deliberately talking to you a year into this relationship. So let me come back to you, Rocio. How's that first year gone? Are you happy with this marriage that you're into, or is there a divorce?
I would say we're still in the honeymoon, so it's going that great. So we're still in the honeymoon. So yeah, listen, we're seeing a lot of momentum in the market, which is really important for us, right? This is all about how we serve utilities better, and we're seeing that. So that's very exciting. And we've seen our teams working together well. And it's a journey. Let's be completely transparent here. It's a journey. And in the US, we say, tied to baseball, we're in the early innings of a game, right? So it's the beginning of it. So what would we like to be a little bit different? Moving faster, right? We always want to move faster. I think Idrica is very clear about that, right? They're very agile. They want the Xylem to move at the pace they want to move. And from our perspective, we want to move fast to, create more value to our customers, right? The time to value for customers. So
speed in the water sector, it is a constant challenge. You're trying to sell a new proposition to and it happens in all infrastructure businesses. There's that sort of slight clunkiness to how we make decisions, which I think if we're to address the climate crisis, we've got to get better at as an industry, as a sector, not necessarily as individual clients. Now, Jaime, I first saw Valencia and what you've done in Valencia before the pandemic and thought, just like Rocio mentioned, it was just phenomenal, the change you were making. Now, I think, is it fair to say the pandemic gave you a perfect platform to demonstrate what you could do? And with that in mind, let's talk about the future. What does the future hold? Where do you take this platform next?
I think that pandemic was unfortunately because of what happened, but everyone was at home, and was the opportunity for us to make understand the water world that they need to digitize the remote management of the systems, the remote management of the assets. We see ourselves like an SAP for the financials for the water, being able to change the modeling of the data inside the water and building value on top. And so since we are together, Xylem and us, we are creating a market. And if you ask me, what we have to do is to tell to the market that a holistic view is a different perspective where we are solving the roots of an organization in water, and helping the ones that are able to do it and the ones that don't. That's the close future. And the next future is, of course, the AI, is, of course, the algorithms. You cannot use AI on top of what you do. If you don't have the roots well solved, we are able to solve this data model and to build on top algorithms and AI. So that's
you've got to have a baseline to build upon. Brilliant.
Yeah.
And I love this idea of we're the SAP for the water sector. Having dealt with some enterprise systems, that slightly terrifies me, but also I can see the value of it. Rocio, we're running out of time. I'm going to let you have the last word here. The future for Xylem and the Idrica partnership and Go Agua and where you want to go. Tell me, what does it look like?
Yeah, I think part of what I really like about this partnership is that we meet the customer where they are. We meet the utility where they are in the digital journey. So the future is, let's move at the pace that utilities need us to move. Not one company is going to have every single digital solution that exists in the world. So being agnostic, being compatible with everything that utility has and wish to have is a big part. So I love the flexibility we bring to the utility. I love that we can meet them where they are and help them grow in that digital ladder. And that's what I see for the future. Us continue to do that and accelerate that and help the utilities with that journey.
Thank you, Jaime. Thank you, Rosario. For more information on the Xylem Idrica solutions or to request a demo, please visit www.xylem.com.